Hey guys, this is Jeff on the Entrefied podcast. Entrefied means entering into your success. So we look for those things that add value to your life professionally, personally. So guys, I'd like to talk to you about learning to think and becoming better. You know, you need to get around people and places that challenge us, so if you're challenged, you're going to have more opportunity because it's going to basically help stretch you. It's going to help make you into a better person. And I know a lot of times people say, well, I am who I am. I don't want to learn. The truth is you are going to be more satisfied when you ever get beyond the first initial stretch of, oh, I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. So once you get out of your comfort zone and you start realizing, hey, this is something I can do, I can win, I can help myself by learning more, by doing more, by helping other people. It will actually benefit your life. Now, I know at the start it doesn't seem like it, but we are satisfied a lot of times by the things that we do. It's not the things that we don't do a lot of times. If we're just sitting on the couch, you're going to get tired of that too. So get around people and places that challenge us to be more. And continually learning every day makes a difference too, guys. And I'm talking about video learning, textbook learning, constantly be learning something every day. Now, you may not be that person, but if you're listening to this podcast consistently, you probably are that person or you would have turned me off by now. So make sure that you're continually learning something. Well, how do you do that? Well, hey, you can listen to a podcast or you can do different things. You can watch YouTube videos. You can get into classes. There's all kinds of different courses online that you can take. Start doing something. So what is it you want to do? That's the question. What is it that you should do? Well, it could be in your career. You say, well, I've already got a career. I don't need to learn no more. If you're in a career, you're constantly needing to be learning more than what you already know. It's just a part of life anymore. So if you don't think that, you think, well, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you may not think that right now, but if you start to get to the point where you're learning something gradually, you'll start to do more of it. I'll give you an example. The gym. I used to not like to go to the gym. I've started liking going to the gym. You know, my buddy, he told me, he's like, you need to go to the gym. I was like, man, I got all kinds of equipment. I got a treadmill. I got a bench press. I've got another, I won't get into all kinds of name brand stuffs here because I'm not trying to promote anything, but I have a lot of different equipment at my house. And, I've got a big room, so I can go and, plenty of room for that. He says, man, you don't get it. He said, it needs to get out of your comfort zone. You need to go somewhere where people are at, and you start seeing things. And I thought, well, maybe he's right. So I tried it. And I just started doing a little bit. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. Start doing small things a little bit better tomorrow. Something you need to do a little bit better. And make a list, get started early. I don't want to get back into that because I've talked about that so much. But I want you to understand that small positive action leads to more, okay? So here's the thing. Don't turn away from good pain. What's good pain? Things that make you grow, things that make you stronger, things that make you better. They hurt, but they're good. Now, there's bad pain, obviously, in this world. But what I'm trying to say is there's also good pain. The good pain is it just may hurt a little bit, but it actually makes you better in the long run. And that's being around people that stretch you and places and things that you're around that demand that you become better. Okay, here's the question. What do I need to know to win? And how can I take action on that? Whatever it is. Here's the question. Like I said, how do you win? How do you find a way to succeed in whatever your struggle is right now? So small, consistent action all day, every day is better sometimes than the big accomplishments that you may make in your life. I'm starting to see that more and more. I even got to a point where I started asking myself, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Things seem to be going fairly well right now. What I wasn't doing? I wasn't focusing on my days, making my days great. And that's really what I needed to be focused on. Now, you guys out there may be thinking, I don't understand what you're talking about here. I'm trying to make this happen, make that happen. I'm in a struggle. And sometimes we go through those struggles. But I want to encourage you, wherever you're at in the struggle that you're at, because this life is sometimes a struggle. It's struggle in a lot of different areas sometimes. Well, I want to encourage you to have faith in God to take you through. And then I want you to start looking at your days and start trying to make your days better. Okay. Those little small actions that you can do every day. How can you make this day better than yesterday? And how can you make the following day a little bit better? So I need to move on here. I don't want to have a long podcast. Try to make something better today. Okay. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Do something a little better in several areas today. Make a mental note. I will do this and this better tomorrow in a small way. It don't have to be big. Stop thinking that it has to be huge. You got to do this. You got to make $1 million, or you got to make $10 million or $100 million, or you got to make sure that this is accomplished. This is accomplished. No, start looking at your days as I'm going to start doing this, and then I'm going to, maybe I'll do better the following days, but I'm going to start with small progressive actions in the right direction. If your days are 6s, how can you make them 9s? That's what I want to ask you today. That's another question. That's another action step for you guys. If your days is 6s, on a scale of 1 to 10, how can you make your days? And I'm talking about your days. I'm not talking about what your big long-term goals, life-changing, oh, it's done type of thing. I'm talking about every day. How can you make it better? How can you make your days better wherever you're at? Maybe you deal with difficult people. How can you make that better? How can you make your days better than where you're at? All right, guys. Wow. If you do that every day, you're going to get a lot out of this podcast. If you start doing those things that you need to do every day, not knowing them, but write them down, do them, start practicing them in a small way. Here's another thing. Help others. Who are you accountable to? The more you give in to people in the right way, a lot of times, the more you'll be filled up. When people think of you, are they thinking, hey, that person's a grouch? Or are they thinking that's the person that will get it done? That's the person that will be there for me. They've got integrity. They're honest. They're there for you. Are you that type of person? You know, you may not be in all times. You may be more into yourself right now. But here's the thing. Flip the script. Just take a small step in the right direction. Tomorrow, start looking at those things that you can start doing better that you did yesterday, and then start gradually getting more into helping other people. You don't have to get it all right tomorrow. You just have to start moving in that direction and continually be making progress. Tell yourself tomorrow, how am I going to make it better? A little bit at a time. And then say, I'm going to do blank. I'm going to do this better. Whatever that blank is for you. You know what it is for you. Then you fill in the blank. Guys, I hope you've got something from this today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.